Is this the rounding up Mexican people?
Mm-hmm. We have two stories related to this. The first one, local. As a substitute teacher at Northside High School over in Fort Worth, very heavy Latino area. It really is as...
No skinny Latinos over there?
Oh, okay. Yeah. She...
I thought it was okay. No?
No, I loved it.
Well, thank you, man.
Let's see. I can't tell if it's a male or a female based on this.
Thinking man's joke? Maybe he just didn't get it.
I got it immediately. It's a female. She started posting on social media, the substitute teacher. And I think she even added ICE. So my brother used to do that. Like when my brother was really wild in on social media, he would just like at the TSA, kind of give him a piece of his mind, or like at AP.
At Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
See, sometimes
it works.
Yeah, you do it. If you at Southwest Airlines, they'll contact you, and then they'll make it right behind the scenes. What are you going to do with ICE?
I don't know. What she did is
and why does ICE have social media?
They all do.
That's a great point.
Isn't that weird?
Let's see what they're tweeting.
She said, y'all should come to Fort Worth, Texas to Northside High School. I have many students who don't even speak English, and they're in the 10th to 11th grade. They have to communicate through their iPhone translator with me. The @USED.gov should totally overhaul our school system in Texas. So she's just sitting there and
tagging the Department of Education.
Yeah. So she's just sitting there in fourth period, literature course. She's like, you know what? I'd love to get all these people deported.
ICE tweets pictures.
Yeah.
Of?
What do you? Yeah. Of stings.
Let me get this to Rob.
You know what's crazy is TC was telling me yesterday his daughter's in DISD, and they are in a dual language program.
DEISD?
Yeah.
No?
Good stuff. No, that one's better.
Okay, thanks.
That one's much better.
I'm just trying to make you happy.
And they were telling me how it works. And if you enroll in this dual language program, you don't learn to read in English until like 6th or 7th grade. So she knows English from life, but her instruction at school is all in Spanish. So they learn how to read in Spanish. And I said, well, can she read in English right now? Because Nora's getting there pretty well. She's like, no, she doesn't read in English. They teach her this first, and it's easier for her to learn this and be immersed in it at school, and she's gonna learn English from being around it. And like the line to sign up for this program is around the proverbial building, which is interesting. Now, I don't think she's being deported, but this particular teacher has been placed on leave.
For tweeting that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this Fox News article, Fox 4 News, has a bunch of, sad quotes, frankly, from parents and teachers, basically. This third grade teacher says our students are afraid to come to class. Yes, on Friday, 3 of my parents said they were not sending their kids to school anymore because they're afraid.
Look at that.
These are pictures that ICE tweets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, what'd you guys think it was going to be?
Them handcuffing.
Yeah. No, it's not like...
I thought they'd be a little more diplomatic than that.
No, dude. And look,
I guess like the police departments will show their drug busts.
And they're posting, they're posting stats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is? This ties into something I was thinking about the other day. I follow Texas Tech's head football coach on Twitter, Joey McGuire. And so this thing showed up on my timeline, and it was an athlete, look like a college-age athlete, an offensive lineman, and it was his workout drills for the offseason. He's like, oh, always grinding so I can eat, get money. And he was just doing, like, basic agility drills. And it was retweeted by his coach, at which point I realized all these kids in college, and probably even some NFL players for their agent, which then feeds into a news story, which gets to teams, they're posting it so their coaches see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ICE is posting this stuff so that their coach, which is basically the people and the big man, are like, oh, look at that.
All right.
cuffing somebody.
Detaining people, cool.
Elsewhere in detaining people, cool. We had a big raid in Chicago. They posted on Sunday about the launch of Operation Safeguard in Chicago alongside a slew of federal agencies.
That's a weak name.
That's really bad. There's a lot of like Operation Andale. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
For real?
no, that's me. I've always wanted that job.
Okay.
So I feel like there's a Operation Hasta La
There you
Vista,
go.
you know?
It's good.
There are options here besides Safeguard. So in this particular case, we have the FBI, the DEA, ICE, U.S. Marshals. They're involved in Chicago. And, you know, their border czars tweeting about it. Well, in this case in particular, television personality Dr. Phil McGraw joined the raids and broadcast them live to millions of viewers.
How does that get set up?
I don't know. Look at the photo right there. Yeah. I guess the guy who did it, Tom Homan, is like a cop, and he's a political commentator, and he's got some sort of show that will follow around law enforcement and tell their stories. And Dr. Phil's like, what you need to do is get out of the country. Time has come, Mexican.
How's the Dr. Phil thing going? No?
A guy who would know says not well.
I was at his... you didn't go. I went to
No.
Dr. Phil's show with TC and Jorts.
No, I know. A lot of cutbacks.
They had started saying this was the biggest launch since Fox TV. In the, was that the 80s or 90s?
Probably late 80s, early 90s.
But that's how they were selling it to us when we were there. They're like, this is going to be the biggest network launch since Fox TV.
Yeah.
They hired a bunch of local people because that's in Fort Worth or somewhere.
Yeah, out west way.
Near me.
West and north where the money is. And here's another thing too is like I've always heard he's a prick. Like I've always heard, for example, we've referenced Glenn
That's too
Beck a
bad.
few times on the show, and like he's got a big persona. Everybody who you talk to, it's like, yeah, he treats people well. He's a good guy. I have not
Good dude
heard
to
that
work for.
about Dr. Phil. So you can have two people that you don't really agree with how they do things, and my mind will be changed drastically by what the people who know you say. So, and also, like, I get it. This is a real thing, addressing illegal immigration. I certainly don't have an answer for it. But like cashing in with a live stream to watch people, you know, even if they're here illegal and they need to go back, it is ruining their life. They're not here.
Are you against the live stream catching the sexual predator?
I think all that's weird, man. Like there's a trend now where these content creators will go just punch the piss out of a suspected pedophile. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's good at all.
Mm-mm.
I somehow still believe we should have like trials and stuff, and also it's not up to a citizen to do. Like the people who are doing those videos and punching, they seem just as weird to me almost as people who are chatting with a teenager. It's all bad.
What about the time Buzz Aldrin punched the moon conspiracy?
Did that happen?
Didn't you ever hear about that?
No. Is there a video?
You're now joking.
I that gets sent to me every week, and I'm not kidding.
Buzz Aldrin punching a moon conspiracy guy
Yeah.
because he's got a moon jacket.
Yeah, he does have a
Leather
moon
jacket.
letter jacket.
Punching Nazi was a thing for a little while, right?
Yeah, Richard Spencer got roofed pretty hard down in D.C. around the time of the protest and stuff, and that guy kind of went away.
What about punch a Roman,
Punch
a lover
Rome.
of Roman symbols, Roman numerals?